To Global Voice. It's a project powered by Women in Tech Uzbekistan. Here we have our second meetup, and we invited speakers, students from Europe. I would like to introduce our students and wonderful ladies who prepared for us really interesting content, starting with Zulfiya Usmonova, who is located now in Germany. Zulfiya, please wave us. Saodat, Izof, she's located in Slovakia. Komila, Askarova, she is in Sweden. So very wide geography for us, and really happy to see these ladies today with us. There is a lot of in common. There is a lot of interesting to hear. So let me just jump to introducing first speaker, and it would be Komila. Komila is actually, let me just quickly introduce her background, and then she will jump to her interesting journey as a student. So very happy to see that Komila is in Sweden now. She was born in Tashkent, studied at Westminster University, focused on machine learning, which is really good at the moment at Lund University. It's small town in Sweden with a lot of advantages. And I'm happy to see Komila joining us today. She prepared a lot of interesting content. Please, Komila, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to talk about my academic journey today. So yes, once again, my name is Komila Askarova, and currently I'm a student in data analytics and business economics at Lund University. This program is focused on machine learning, so it's really exciting for me. Previously, I spent over 3 years working in Tashkent, Uzbekistan as a data analyst in banking, fintech, and telecommunication spheres. So let's start. Today, I will focus on my academic journey, but also I will talk about my professional journey too. So how did it all start? When I was a child, I always loved mathematics. So I had the love for mathematics, numbers, patterns since childhood, but I never knew what exactly I want to do. So my fascination with data started in high school when I read an article that said that data analytics and data science are the professions of the future. So back then, there were no data analytics and data science programs in Uzbekistan for bachelor studies. So I decided to choose something quantitative and close, and that's how I got into Westminster International University in Tashkent, where I studied economics and finance. And now I can say that it was a good program for me because we had subjects of statistics, data science, and econometrics. Especially the statistics course helped me a lot because we had projects that we did like programming in our language. And after that, I realized how powerful statistical analysis can be. And I decided to learn it on my own because I didn't have any programming courses in my bachelor's. And I spent my time after my studies during my bachelor's, the evenings studying SQL and Python on my own. And after several months, I decided to do it in practice. So I've applied for several internship and I got an internship at Beeline, Uzbekistan. And it has definitely transformed my professional life because before that, it was just a curiosity, interest like math, the data. And after going there, I realized how powerful it can be, how powerful it can be analyzing data, how much it can bring value to the business, and how data-driven decisions are actually the future of the companies. So after that, I've worked for over 3 years in banking, in fintech. So data analytics and science is really interesting because it's not only about tech, but it's also about the field in which you explore the data. This also makes me passionate about this area. So why did I choose to study abroad? So since I was a child, my lifelong goal was to study at the top 100 university because I was an academically driven student, even when I was really small. And because of the pandemic, my dreams got delayed. So now I'm finally pursuing them during my master's. And why exactly did I want to study abroad is because I wanted to have a deeper academic experience and exposure to data science and machine learning. As I said, I have previously studied economics and worked in data analytics, and I wanted to pursue machine learning and data science in a more academic setting to see how it would work. So that to say, combine my professional experience with my studies. And now I will talk about specifically my moving abroad process and how I chose Lund. So I had several criteria when I was applying for my master's studies. I wanted a top 100 university. I wanted strong analytics and data science focused program, an international environment where I could study in English, and a cozy student city because I prefer that. I'm an introverted person. So Lund University perfectly aligns with all my academic and personal goals. And right now, when I'm already here, I can say that it was the best choice for me. But of course, I encountered some challenges. So I moved here in August, and I would say the first month has been really chaotic. It has been both exciting, but also overwhelming because when you come to a new country for the first time, you're studying somewhere or living abroad, everything comes all at once. So you have to tackle documents, you have to go to the supermarkets, understand everything in a foreign language, understand how the public transport works, make friends. So it's a lot of things. So one thing that I want people to remember is to have the mindset of resilience and motivating yourself because the first months it's going to be chaotic, but you have to allow yourself to learn slowly, to make mistakes and adapt. My first impressions about Lund have been really positive. When I came, the first week was really sunny, and in Sweden, a lot of people speak English really well, so my transition was smooth. But of course, I'm learning Swedish too. It will be my fifth language, which is honestly exciting, but also um, it's hard. It's true, it's hard learning a new language. But also, I would say what I miss about Uzbekistan is the sun, because right now in winter it can get really gray and cloudy, but Swedish culture actually balances it out perfectly because it's built around coziness and warmth and cozy atmosphere inside the home. So right now you can see like in the windows they put lamps shaped like stars, and it actually helps to make everything more cozy and bring happiness inside your home. Uh, we can talk about the next slide. Thanks. So let's talk about academia specifically. So my master's program is only 1 year, which means it is really, really intensive. And especially because it's focused on machine learning. There's a lot of math and statistics, and I spend most of my time studying. So previously, as I said, I could combine studying and working, and for this master's, it is really hard. I would say almost impossible. And I had to adapt for a different teaching style because, as I said, everyone comes from different background for this master. Some people studied computer science, someone studied economics. So it requires a lot of independence and early preparation for self-studying. So you fill the gaps that you don't know. So it actually teaches us students to be more responsible and manage our time better. Let's talk about social integration. It's, I think, one of the most important factors when you go abroad. Of course, you're gonna make new friends, and it can be overwhelming and scary, especially if you're an introvert. But I would say I've been really lucky. I have really supportive classmates because we struggle together with the same subjects. We always help each other out. We go out after exams or like and discuss everything that's on our minds. But also, when I think about home, I'm the only girl student from Uzbekistan at Lund University. So I can feel homesick sometimes too. But what really helps me is that we have Central Asian communities, so Central Asian students from other countries. We meet with each other, cook our national dishes, talk our native languages, which helps reduce the homesickness. And additionally, I would say that we're um, we're living in the 21st century, and it makes everything easy because I still talk to my friends, to my family, to my colleagues from previous jobs, and I'm really grateful to have that support system. So I would say that my main challenges and wins for like 4 months here is balancing studies and new lifestyle because studies is intensive, but also everything else is also new to me. Understanding environment in a new language, I can definitely see the progress each month, how my understanding of Swedish is becoming better and better. Now I can go to grocery store without a translator and understand every product almost. And definitely learning independence, uh, because studying abroad actually reveals who you are because you spend a lot of time figuring stuff out on your own. So I would say it is a really good and essential skill for life. So let's talk about key takeaways and advice for the future students. So, my main lesson is once again that the hardest part is not the coursework, it's managing yourself along everything else happening at once. So, it's really important to be disciplined, but also to take rest when you need it. So, it's like work-life balance, but also study life balance. Um, because if you study always you're going to burn out really easily, but if you don't study, of course you're going to fail. So it's important to find the balance that works for you. And additional like practical advice is definitely learn English early. It opens a lot of doors and opportunities. So when I was 16, I passed IELTS exam with a score of 8, and since then I didn't have to worry a lot about my English. So the earlier you start, I think it's better. Also, I would advise everyone to explore their interests. So, as I said, I knew that I'm interested in math, but also I didn't know specifically what I wanted to do. I went to study for my bachelor's economics and finance. Honestly, I realized that it's not the perfect fit for me and it's not something that I would like to do. So, it's never late to change your mind, to figure out what you want to do. Um, my number one practical advice would be to actually go for an internship. It teaches you a lot. You understand what they do, like their daily tasks, and not just the description. Additionally, expect rejections, and it's okay. They're just redirections. As I said, I come from an economics background, so because of that, I've been rejected from several universities for my master's degree, but I didn't give up. So I've applied and found the program that's a perfect fit for me, and I was a good candidate to them too. And an advice that's more focused on people who want to apply for data science, data analytics, and machine learning is build fundamentals before the tools, um, because everything is built on math and statistics. So the earlier you learn it and you have a solid foundation, the easier it will be for you. So even before programming, I would say focus on math and statistics a lot. So on a final note, I would say studying abroad reveals who you are. It's not just about education. Of course, you learn a lot, you study a lot, you gain so much knowledge that would be beneficial in your professional life. But also, it's about self-discovery, resilience, and realizing how capable you are when you step out of your comfort zone. So yeah, if you actually if you actually pursue studying abroad, you're gonna experience it on your own. I think saying words still is not same as actually experiencing it. So I would definitely recommend you to do it.
Okay. Thanks, Kamila.
Thank you.
I wanted to invite everyone to use emotions. I can see that most of us using the hearts and reacting to the speech. And if you have questions, we have chat. Guys, whoever has questions, please drop the questions up. You will also have a chance to join our Telegram channel and ask speakers, connect with the speakers and ask some questions more detailed, because I know that ladies have prepared a lot of information which is like guide for a really practical advice how to enter the universities apart from what they share in the presentation. And Kamila, I wanted to get back to a few of your slides since we have a few minutes, because whatever I have spotted and which is interesting to highlight, of course, the weather and the darkness right now.
Yes.
Guys, whoever doesn't know, like Sweden, because I'm neighboring, when I lived in Latvia, I was neighboring with Sweden. So basically, can you imagine like 3:30 in December, daytime, it's already dark. And it's kind of breaking your mind in terms of, okay, what's going on? Because the majority of the time it's dark. And of course, it's nice when Camilla mentioned that now it's like Christmas period, a lot of lights, and Sweden is one of the countries where they adjusted to this light. I know that in some offices, they even had this artificial sun attached,
That's true. That's true.
and it makes people much more happy. But it's a challenge, isn't it, in general?
It definitely is a challenge because it's 3:30. It's true. It's already dark, but also when you wake up, it's gray and cloudy, so you don't see the sun for several days. And when you have to study a lot, it's still like you lose a sense of time because you look outside the window, you think it's I don't know 5, 6 p.m., but it's just only 2. So it's it was hard to adapt, but yeah,
Interesting experience.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Especially from someone from Uzbekistan. Of course, we have a lot of sun, so I do miss it.
It does, it does. And what I wanted to emphasize as well, highlight a little bit, that when you're speaking about your experience and your economics degree, again, it's for me like breaking stereotypes in terms of from humanitarian subjects, you move to quite technical. And I guess the bottom line of your speech as well, to encourage everyone not to stop by that type of things and carry on towards the direction which is kind of your dream.
Yes, that's definitely true. As I said, it's never late to figure out who you want to be and to change that direction. And it has been hard for me to apply for my master's degree because of my background, but also I proved myself in my CVs and resumes showing that I worked for over 3 years in tech. So I think it was really beneficial. But professionally wise, I would say they always look at your knowledge and your skills, so you shouldn't worry. You should actually study and it will help you a lot.
Good. Thanks a lot, Camila. Thanks a lot. Let's move to the next speaker. Valeria, please, next slide. I'm excited. We still have quite a lot of time. Whoever has questions, I can see that there is questions. Please connect to our speakers, LinkedIn, YouTube channels. Just benefit from this session, ladies and gentlemen who has joined us today. Please let me introduce now Saodat. Saodat is our, actually we know with each other with Saodat for more than a year, and it was like a collaboration because she lived in Spain and I connected to her saying, oh, you know, Uzbek girl lives in Spain. It's quite, it was very really close to where I'm located right now, and we kind of been in touch during this time, and now she's in Slovakia. So again, climate and the culture, a lot of, you know, conversation about that. And heard the speech about her journey, very interesting. And please, Saodat, the floor is yours. Giving you the floor, please.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So today I want to share my personal journey, how my academic path, my work experience, and my moves across several countries shaped who I am and helped me understand what I truly want from my career and life. So I completed my bachelor's degree in economics at University of World Economy and Diplomacy in Tashkent. I graduated with honors, and like many students, I believed that strong academic results would naturally open doors for me. But very quickly, I realized that a diploma alone does not guarantee a job. So can we move to the next slide? Okay, thank you. So it took me about 3 months of searching before I finally received my first offer. I started working in the financial planning department at Inha University, and at the same time, I found a remote job as an online IT recruiter. And working in the recruitment allowed me to observe many inspiring stories of people changing professions, moving into tech, or completely reinventing themselves. And that made me question whether my current path was the right one. But after some time, I received the opportunity to join WinTech as a IT project manager, and that role completely changed my perspective. I worked with an amazing team, saw how tech companies operate from the inside, and realized that what really excited me was data, analyzing it, understanding it, and using it to support decisions. And that's when I decided that I want to continue my career in data analytics. So so this became my motivation to pursue my master's degree abroad, and I applied to several universities across Europe and received a lot of offers from different universities. But in the end, I chose Italy, and the reason was simple. Italy provided guaranteed financial support that did not require repayment or work obligation later. So for someone moving abroad alone for the first time, that financial stability was extremely important. And so living home after 25 years of living with family members was a big emotional step. Everything felt new. The language, the culture, the bureaucracy, and the bureaucracy in Italy is something you really need patience for, especially when it comes to documents like a residence permit, all documents for your visa, all documents for taking that financial support as well. So during my studies, I lived in Italy, but then I lived in Spain, and now I'm based in Slovakia. Along the way, I met wonderful people from many countries: Italians, Germans, Ethiopians, and Slovaks, and they became my support system and helped me feel less alone during the hardest moments. Can we go to the next slide? Thank you. So, talking about universities in general, I would say that European universities have a very independent academic style. You choose your own pace, your own schedule, and the way you want to study. In the beginning, this felt really unusual for me, but soon I realized how much freedom it gives. So I decided to dedicate my entire first year to studying. So I worked hard, I passed all of my exams, and during my second year, I just allowed myself to travel. So I spent a large part of the year living in Spain, a place I fell in love with. I love the vibe, people, the sea, and of course, speaking Spanish made my daily life much easier because I love Spanish language and I was learning it at university. So I defended my master's thesis in October this year. So I'm officially fresh graduate. And of course, the first year abroad was very challenging. I had to start new life from zero, make friends, create routines, adapt to a new culture, and understand endless administrative processes. But I learned independence, resilience, and confidence. Today, I look back and I realize that these challenges helped me to grow more than anything else. While living in Spain, I finally had time to work on something I will always wanted to, is to create my own YouTube channel and Telegram channel. I called it Sao in Europe, and where I collected all of my experience of how to apply to Italian universities, how to prepare documents, how to understand the admission process, and I shared it with others. I remember how difficult it was for me at the beginning. Information was scattered everywhere, and agencies were not very trustworthy. That's why I wanted to create clear, honest content for students who are in the same situation once I was. So if you are interested, of course, feel free to check the channels. Maybe they will have some answers to your questions that you currently have. But right now I live in Slovakia. Not because I love Slovakia, but because my husband is Slovak, and this is where we are planning to build our future. My goal is to improve my Slovak language now, so I can continue my career in data analytics here already. And but I already have some projects that I'm working on. They are not exactly in the same field yet, however, but I hope that I can eventually work as data analyst in the company where I previously completed my internship. But unfortunately, of course, I cannot work without residence permit because which means that I don't have any rights even to work. So it's not easy for now for me, but I hope that soon I will have it. So just key advice for you guys is but looking back at my journey, I have few lessons that I would like to share with you is first of all to be patient and persistent. Bureaucracy will test your limits, especially in Europe. Don't get discouraged by delays or rejections. Just trust me, they're part of the process. Ask questions, everyone. Seek help and use student communities. There are always people that wants to help you. They will answer you. They will support you because they understand how difficult it is for you financially, maybe just they understand that you can be scammed by any agencies because they will not fully help you. So as I said, next one is don't rely too much on agencies. Most of the work you will end up doing yourself. So they will not do all the 100 work for you by themselves. They will just tell you what to do. But the same thing, the same information you can find as well online by asking people. Maybe just make yourself, if you have time, of course, just make yourself some notes where you'll write down all information and think what you really need for application or for your own plans. Studying abroad is not just about education, you should know it. It's about growth, it's about independence and discovering who you really are. So I'm really grateful for everything that I had, challenges and all opportunities that, and each one brought me closer to the life I'm building today. And now I would like to thank you guys for listening to me. That's the thing that I wanted to share with you. So
Thanks, Saodat. And really useful that you already have YouTube channel, and it's really good that you're sharing the knowledge. Guys, please scan the QR code. You will be just directed to the channel. And I've seen Saodat has done quite a lot already there, and really good and interesting content. I wanted to say that bureaucracy is something you highlighted, and it's really something which is draining. And in Spain and in Italy, they use this word mañana, which is
Yes,
tomorrow,
exactly.
all the time. And it's kind of sometimes you prepare like whole pack of documents and one little one missing, which is not important, but they turn you down, and it's really annoying because you feel like, okay, why do we need this? And in the end, it turns out that something else is missing, but you needed that, and it's really fun. You have to have a good sense of humor and a lot of positivity in your heart to actually to go to these institutions, and just it's good that you have touched based on that. And of course, it's in each country they have peculiarities in this term, but I guess these two countries we mentioned is the most funniest in general. Thanks a lot, Saodat, for mentioning that, and I will have a lot of to highlight in the end of the session as well. Definitely, I can see there is a lot of questions. We will try to address all of them, and I can see that everyone is listening very attentively. Thanks a lot, Saodat. Let me just jump to Zulfiya. Zulfiya is actually our team member. She's been volunteering with Women in Tech for quite a while. She's rocking in our marketing team, in charge of a lot of content and generating fast-moving updates on our events and programs as well. Happy to introduce Zulfiya, and Zulfiya as well is quite a traveler, and there is a lot of in common, ladies, between all of you. Zulfiya, Saodat, Slovakia lived and based, and it's really fun that coincidentally, whenever we spoken about the setup and you speakers, for me it was kind of fun to find out that a lot of similarities or a lot of missing culture stuff is in common between all of you. Zulfiya, the stage is yours. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Zulfiya Usmonova, and currently I'm studying at Technical University of Munich. I'm pursuing the Master of Science in AI in Society. It's my just first semester, so I'm also a new student here. And together with that, I'm working as a student research assistant here at TUM in one of the leading research groups of my school. And I also joined Social AI Club. And yeah, as it was said, I'm a Women in Tech marketing lead. But of course, besides that, I have some other activities to do. Like I really like drawing and playing video games when I have some free time. And yeah, generally, I love learning, working on new interesting projects, and of course, sharing the experience with others. So the reason why I'm here. Thank you. Next slide. So I would just like to start with my academic background. So basically what led me here, if we can rephrase it this way. I studied for 9 years in a public school, and after that I have applied to presidential school in Tashkent and successfully got admitted and graduated with nice marks from there and continued my studies at New Uzbekistan University in bachelor's in software engineering. The first advice of the day, I would highly recommend to go for New Uzbekistan University if you're planning to study in Uzbekistan, because from my experience and by talking with other people in Uzbekistan, this university gives you a lot of like international connected related experience. We have many connections with other universities, many exchange semesters already happened with the help of university, so this is just a good chance. And also I completed the data science courses by Mirza Ulugh descendants. This is also a free program organized by Mirza Ulugh descendants, how to say, community governmental one. So I was a finalist in their selection. It was very tough selection, and yeah, and studied data science there for 6 months or 9. And yeah, of course, I did a lot of self-studying. This is just the ground truth that you all need to do self-studying. Yeah, as it was said, diploma is not enough, and for changing majors also, you need to do a lot of self-study and etc. So I'm specializing in kind of machine learning and data science sector, if we can say this. And my research interests are more about trustworthy and reliable AI. So it's not about pure AI development, but more on how to monitor it, how to make it reliable, like more like try and find some dirt on the models and all the developments that were already made, and also some human-centered AI with network science and multi-agent systems. Thank you. Next slide. Yes, and a little bit about my plans. So my kind of current big goal is to be a researcher in reliable AI field. So I'm not planning to go for industry for now. I want to stay in academia, and to do so, I'm planning to get my PhD degree. And and I want to go back to Uzbekistan. I mean, living abroad is very fun, but for me, I understand that I like my staying in Uzbekistan better for the reasons that we're gonna discuss later. And my goal is to open a research academy for young researchers in Uzbekistan so that they can have their nice portfolio for applications or just try out themselves in research and etc. And just a little more about why I actually choose TUM, like because it helps me to reach my goals. So yeah, basically TUM is 25th highly ranked university. So and also it has a big pool of research groups and projects. So like I already got my position in a research group from my first semester, which is also a very nice chance. And it's going to be a very good, reliable background for a PhD in a more highly ranked university because unfortunately I got many rejections for PhDs. And I think one of the reasons is because my university was not that popular, like no one knows about it actually. So TUM is going to be a good line on my CV and make me more accredited, more authentic applicant. And yes, and it's also easy to find a workplace in Munich, in Germany, if you have like good skills. Thank you. Next slide. Yes, and talking about my moving abroad experience, like slightly not about the academics, is the thing is I really didn't about the country because, as I said, I actually like living in Uzbekistan. Yeah, felt homesick, but considering that considering the fact that I have many activities, I kind of sometimes don't have time to be homesick. Yeah, but I still miss my parents. And when I stayed in Slovakia, this was I did an exchange semester in Slovakia during my bachelor's, so that was a good trial period preparation. So I kind of experienced it already being abroad, so now it's not that hard. Yeah, and food, I mean, Uzbek food is still the best. The food here is, you can find some good places, but I think generally the student canteens, they do not provide that good food. So yeah. And for me, personally, high quality academic life was much more preferable than living abroad life. So just keep that in mind. Next slide, please. And this leads us to the second thing is from my experience, from people who I talked with, if you're planning to go abroad, then it's really important to have a certain goal. And not because um, and not just because like you have to do this or something like that, because sometimes it helps you to overcome your stress, to overcome the homesickness, because you know that you have a goal, you know that you're working towards it, and it's just a small sacrifice to get something bigger at the end. So yeah, just focus on not romanticizing living abroad because it's not that ideal, though it's a very amazing thing to experience. Yeah, so just go and focus on setting a goal, yeah, and follow that. It can be study, working, experiencing something, volunteering, etc., etc. And yes, adaptation, or what I decided to name it, know what you're doing, is to be certain about why you're abroad and what are you generally doing in this country, in this city. For example, I love studying, and this is I know exactly what I want from my degree, so I know what are my next steps, and it's so much easier to work toward that goal, and it's so much easier to not get distracted by what if thoughts. And I would also suggest to join any club. Yeah, any that you can find. And I was so lucky to get the social AI club at TUM. As you can see, we're quite a big team. However, there are bigger teams in TUM. So yeah, and these guys are amazing. We meet each week once. And yeah, just spend time together, lunch, do co-working sessions, and this really helps to socialize and do not think about homesickness and stuff like that. Thank you. Next slide. Yes, so and based on all of that, here comes the advices that I would like probably to give. And I would start again with the fact that yes, studying and being abroad, it's very fun. It's an amazing experience that I wish every girl should be able to get if she wants it. But of course, we should not just blindly romanticize it because it's not ideal. It has its own drawbacks that you should consider and that you should be prepared. Like, you should not have too much expectations from being abroad. And the goals are important. They help you to how to say, to not have this bad thoughts and focus on what you're doing. So you should just have a reason for you are being or studying in abroad for such a long period. And of course, find people and connect with them. This is so important. Human needs another human. And being alone probably is the worst thing that you can do when your family, when your loved ones are away. Yeah, just so not to feel lost. And of course, be cautious and careful. Do not trust strangers and newly made friends. Not every international student here or every person you see or your course mate are all good people. No, no. So don't share your address. I don't know why, but people here like to ask about your address. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 just made up something. But yeah, generally be very careful with the information you're sharing. Because you're alone in another country, so you're on your own. You need to be careful. And of course, when you're not uh, abroad or if you're still at home, then just cherish the time you spent with your family. As it is said in Uzbek, "Oldina noqasu wa qadriyo." So long distance make you miss them so much. My father just arrived yesterday, and when I just saw him from far away, I just cried. Like I was totally fine for all the time that I was here, but the moment I saw him, it's just yeah, tears just dropped. So yeah, the next slide, please. Yeah, and final words. Yes, I'm not trying to persuade you not to go abroad just because I prefer to be in my country. Studying abroad is an amazing experience, but yeah, just know what you're doing and why you're doing, have some certain goals. Yeah, and it's not ideal. Like, no, don't romanticize it, but still have fun. And yeah, this is basically the new chapter, the new arc that you're starting. And these are the QR codes to my I think the first one is LinkedIn, the second one is my Telegram channel, and the third one is for Instagram. Yeah, so feel free to connect.
Thanks a lot, Zulfiya. While everyone is scanning the QR codes, I would like to highlight a few things from your presentation. I was going to start with a patriotic intention of yours and advertising New Uzbekistan University. It's really great that you're mentioning that, and it's I really hope that in the future, in the nearest future, we will have really good universities where we wouldn't have to study abroad, but still moving abroad and living in different countries and with different cultures. It gives some more insights and development, as Saodat has mentioned in her presentation as well. And also, Zulfiya, thanks a lot for mentioning that you should be careful with your information, because this is something we keep on forgetting. And it's true that when we study in universities, we come across with different nationalities, different cultures, and different intentions as well. And it's really good that you are mentioning that. It's just, being careful all the time. It's just a must have, regardless the country, the safety of the city range, and it's really good that you mentioned that. I also have some questions from the participants. Guys, now we have 10 to 15 minutes and I can see the questions are there. Valeria, can you please move to the next slide where we have Telegram channel link as well, so everyone would jump into the Telegram if we don't cover the questions right now, or if someone comes up with the questions. Zulfiya, you wanted to say something? I can see the hand, sorry.
Yes, about the new Uzbekistan thing, because my parents did not allow me to study my bachelor's abroad, so I was really sad. And I know that many girls can experience that, so I just wanted to give a suggestion for a good university that at least somehow a little bit replicates the international one, not that much, but I think still it is something that one of the best thing that you can get in Uzbekistan. So yeah, and from that you can jump to some better place as I did. Yeah, so it was just this type of
Good. let me address the question because it falls exactly to the topic which we are talking about now. So Amina has asked if there is does New Uzbekistan University have partnership with any Slovak unis? If the question is here in the chat, so it's for you, Zulfiya, and then we will address the question to Komila, next one. So does New Uzbekistan University has partnership with Slovak? How do you find yourself in Slovakia? Shortly.
Yes, so basically, when you approach them directly and ask them, I want to go there, is it possible? Then they prefer to say no because who wants to do an extra work for you? So what I did is I just applied first and I got my scholarship, and then I said like, I win the scholarship and I want to go there, please arrange. But one notes before that is you should make sure that the subjects that you're going to study during your exchange semester, they fit somehow to the subjects that you would have studied in Uzbekistan University before living there, like if you did not go there. So if this is fine, then probably no one will stop you from getting there because we have an amazing coordinator there, Oksana, who is so supportive for students that's doing exchange programs. She's gonna fight for you to get to the Slovakia, so you should not worry about that. Yeah, but just you should really make sure that your subjects that you should be able to do at least somehow the good model mapping, as you said. Yeah, so and you can just negotiate and work there out. But the main thing is, if you want a scholarship, then probably you can gonna get that.
Good, Zulfiya, thanks a lot. Amina has written quite a long question, detailed. I will just copy paste this question to the Telegram channel, and you can read it thoroughly and then respond it more detailed at a later stage. Again, Amina had question here again to Komila. Nice to meet you. I wanted to ask how it was possible for you to get into different major for masters, also study in Westminster University currently, major in economics and finance. But sometimes I also feel like this is not my field and redirect my studies to natural mathematics and statistics. Is it possible? Should I work beforehand? Please, if you can.
Thank you for your question. Also nice to meet you too. And it's really cool that we have basically the same major, so I can give an actually practical advice. So short answer, yes, for sure, possible, because I'm not the only one from my class who went in a different direction other than economics and finance. But it is really difficult. You have to actually do a lot of research. So you go to each university's website and you search what are the prerequisites for that specific program. And especially in Europe, it's quite bureaucratic. It can get like this. For example, you say that you have 15 credits for statistics, but they require 18. They're gonna ask for 18 and you're gonna get rejected. So I would say always check what subjects you had. But for sure, if you're going for mathematics and statistics, as far as I know, there is one mathematics subject in bachelor, statistics, econometrics, and highlight them when you're applying, when you're writing your admission, like personal motivation letter, highlight the subjects, show what kind of coursework you did specifically on them, and professional experience, of course, really beneficial. If it will be in the field you're applying to, it's gonna help you out.
Thanks a lot, Komila. Thanks a lot. Look, everyone, we are very productive. I can see that we are exactly on the dot, which is really beautiful. But I have a few things to add, actually. Just to wrap it nicely and to make the continuation of the conversation. Actually, first of all, once again, calling everyone who is attending the meetup today. Please network. Please connect to the speakers. Please feel free to ask the questions. Join our Telegram channel. It's a temporary channel, but you will have a lot of time to ask more detailed questions. And I can see that Zulfiya, Saodat, and Komila are happy to share the insights. This is really great. I'm really grateful to you ladies for that, for being that open. I can see that in common you and we have a lot in terms of missing the food, missing the sun, missing the culture. Also, it is really great that you've been through kind of challenges. Challenge is already moving abroad. Even you're traveling, it's already a challenge for a person to be out of comfort zone, but living abroad and actually establishing some things around you to make yourself comfortable. It's already some skill which you have definitely, and thank you for sharing that, and thank you for highlighting the fact that community networking, joining the students organization, talking to different nationalities, it does add on, it does give you support. Fun fact to find out that Komila is the only Uzbek student in Lund University. I hope we will have more students in this university. You will have, after this session, you will have few more people coming to Sweden and, and joining you, creating Uzbek community for sure. And definitely what I wanted to highlight, ladies, you're so brave studying and exploring new languages. Swedish, I guess it's very hard language. By its sound, I know that it's a very hard language. Saodat, Spanish, I agree. It's beautiful language, easy to study, a lot of in common with English, but Slovakian, probably you will have some similarities with Russian. I hope you will find it easy to study, and like the more you study is Spanish is beautiful, they say. Good. What I wanted to wish you, ladies, you're already on a very good start of your career. You all have your direction to move. It's kind of strategic and planned. What I want to wish you, just, smooth transition to the next level where you're heading to. Saodat, good luck with the job search and actually with the documents, because it's again something with what stops us with Zulfiya, with your research. Go ahead in the new year. Many projects, fruitful projects. And Komila, for you, I know it's end of December. Later on, it will be a little bit more. The daylight would be increasing a little bit more brighter. Promise you, January and February is much more easier than December. So you already achieved, this high level of the darkness in Sweden. I would like to, if you don't mind, whoever wants to join, switch on the cameras to make a picture. This is something which we usually do for the social media. Whoever is willing to join, everything is good. Thanks a lot, ladies. Speakers, brilliant. Team WinTech Uzbekistan, thanks for support and help and technical support in general. Nice to see you all. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the weather and the conditions where you are now.